While Toneri's last name is Otsutsuki, he is almost only that by name. In reality, he's as much as a Otsutsuki as, for example, the members of the Yuga clan are, like Hinata. A super long time ago, there was one Otsutsuki clan. Well, technically there were two groups, but for the sake of this part of the video, I'll keep it at one, since the other one isn't even on Earth. These people were all the descendants of Kaguya, who after eating from the chakra fruit became the mother of all chakra on Earth. Eventually Kaguya fell in love and gave birth to two twin sons, one called Hagoromo, the other named Hamura, who were both the first to be born with chakra naturally flowing through their bodies. Once Kaguya found out they also had the ability to control chakra, she became furious and attacked them both in an attempt to claim back their chakra for herself. And so, a battle ensued, which the twin brothers eventually won, sealing Kaguya up as eventually Naruto and Sasuke did. Hagoromo then split her being into 10 parts, the 9-tailed beast that we get to know over the course of the series, and the 10-tailed husk, which they then purposely separated, sealing the husk inside the moon so that Kaguya and the 10-tailed beast would never be able to reawaken again, which if you've seen or read Naruto, you'll know that didn't really work out as planned. This action took Hagoromo's life force, resulting in his death, after which Hamura took off towards the moon with the purpose of guarding the 10-tailed husk forever. Some of his bloodline stayed behind though, which later went on to become the clan that we know today as the Yuga clan, who inherited his Byakugan. The rest of his descendants followed him to the moon, where they went on to guard the husk for over 1,000 years. It is there he created the energy vessel called the Tenseigan, by gathering the Byakugan of all of the remaining clan members, even newborns. Its purpose was to accumulate energy, so that after a full millennia went by, it could be used to aid the people back on Earth. Over time, the clan created puppets to assist them in daily life. These puppets, alongside almost everything around them, was powered by the Tenseigan. After a lifetime had passed, Hamura passed away in his bed, surrounded by the members of his clan. Ages went by, and some of the Otsutsuki started to misunderstand what Hamura had stood for. They believed that they were to watch over the Earth so that in case the people back on Earth proved to be unworthy, misusing the chakra they had been given for warfare, that they should step in and punish humanity. And so, the Otsutsuki clan on the moon started to split in two. The main family that believed that they were to aid the Earth and watch over them, while the branch family believed Hamura's true intention was to judge over and punish them, using the Tenseigan to end humanity if need be. This didn't end at a mere disagreement though, and it eventually went on to spark a civil war, which the branch family easily won, using the Tenseigan's power to wipe out the main family and their ideals entirely. A millennium went by, and the Moon's Otsutsuki clan is only a sliver of what it used to be. The last child of the Moon clan was born, who was then named Toneri. As usual, his eyes got extracted, added to the Tenseigan like all the other Byakugan before his. Growing up without sight, Toneri learned to see the world by sensing his surroundings, which made him arguably better and more perceptive than the average person. Being the only child, the last child of the Moon branch, Toneri grew up a lonely child, having no one but his puppets to hang out with. Although his father sometimes took him back to Earth to discreetly observe Hamura's bloodline back on Earth. His father proposed the idea to him that he should eventually go on to marry Hinata, as she was the heiress of the bloodline back on Earth, the heiress of the Yuga clan, which basically led to Toneri falling in love with Hinata in a super obsessive manner. After a while, Toneri's father dies, leaving Toneri as the sole survivor of the Otsutsuki Moon's clan. With his dying breath, he urges Toneri to give up on what his clan had stood for. Go and travel the Earth, make friends and live your life for yourself alone. But Toneri wouldn't have it and stayed behind on the moon in isolation with only the clan's puppets for company, which explains why he later just fails to communicate properly with the Hanabi rescue team, who tried to persuade him, causing his plan to eventually be set in motion. See, Toneri was a firm believer of the ideals of the branch clan. He was furious at mankind for using their chakra given to them as a weapon, using it to wage war against one another. And so he decided to act out what he believed was Hamura's will, destroying humanity completely back on Earth by making the moon collapse into it. Once he succeeds, he would then recreate it with the power of his Tenseigan. Before taking any other action, he decides to descend upon Earth, setting up a meeting with Hiyashi, the head of the Yuga clan, to persuade him to just cooperate with him. He tells Hiyashi his answer will decide the fate of the entire Yuga clan, but Hiyashi refuses and a fight breaks out, leaving Hiyashi injured. Toneri then sends his puppets into Konoha with the purpose of kidnapping Hanabi, Hinata's younger sister, which they succeed in, after which she is taken back to Toneri's castle back on the moon. As everything's going on, Toneri approaches Hinata, who's crying over a scarf she knitted for Naruto after she believes he doesn't even need it. Toneri then offers to take the scarf instead, revealing that he has come to take her with him. His puppets then appear and subdue Hinata in an attempt to kidnap her as well. But before he can, he gets main charactered and Naruto appears and rescues Hinata, after which Toneri retreats, but not before he promises Hinata he will return for her and save her from the end. Once Toneri returns to his castle, he forcibly takes Hanabi's Byakugan and implants them into himself. At last, and for the first time in his life, Toneri can actually see. But that is not why he went through all this trouble to get a pure pair of Byakugan. No, he intends to awaken the Tenseigan. Up until now, we've been talking about the Otsutsuki's energy vessel called the Tenseigan. But Toneri intends to awaken a brand new dojutsu known as the Tenseigan, the eyes that only Hamura himself possessed. If you want to know all about the Tenseigan itself and how to obtain it and what powers it grants, then be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on my notifications, as I'll have a video on the way later this week going into detail about what exactly the Otsutsuki clan's Tenseigan is, since it deserves its own video entirely. Before it can fully awaken though, it starts to pulsate frantically, leaving Toneri in pain as it slowly awakens over time. And so, as he himself needs to rest up, he sends a puppet in the image of himself towards Naruto, Hinata, and the rest of their team instead, as they are on their way to his castle to free Hanabi. He waits until Hinata is alone and catches her off guard. Here he opens up and reveals his plans to Hinata, telling her that he has no intention to harm her. In fact, he even wants to save her from the destruction yet to come, and promises her that if she marries him willingly, he will let Hanabi go. And just as her father did before, Hinata refuses, after which Naruto arrives, protecting Hinata by hitting Toneri in the face, revealing that this is in fact only just a puppet in the image of him. Before it shuts down, Toneri's puppet tells Hinata he'll give her time to reconsider, as the next time they will meet, it will truly be him. After which he collapses and chuckles, spiting Naruto. Once a few days have passed and Toneri's Tenseigan is on the brink of fully awakening, he returns right as Naruto and Hinata are confessing their feelings, interrupting them like a piece of shit that he is. He says that he has come for Hinata, and to the disbelief of Naruto, she actually accepts his proposal, and after saying her goodbyes to him, leaves Naruto behind in shock. A confused Naruto follows them, yelling after them, after which Toneri smugly reminds him that she willingly came with him to marry him back at his castle. Dumbfounded, Naruto stops in his tracks, after which Toneri launches a massive attack, seemingly absorbing Naruto's Rasengan and firing a huge beam, destroying the surface of the moon and knocking Naruto unconscious. Before Hinata can object, he uses his chakra to subdue Hinata once again, after which he takes her back to the castle. And when she wakes up again, Toneri promises her that he won't let anything happen to her. After all, they're in his castle, and that's heavily protected by the Tenseigan. It is then revealed that unknowing to Toneri, that earlier Hinata made contact with Hamura, who explained the whole story to her. And so, the only reason Hinata accepted to go with him is so she could find the energy source, the Tenseigan, and destroy it to put a stop to his plans and to save Hanabi. Toneri tells Hinata that he plans to eventually tell her everything, that once she is his wife, he'll even show her the Tenseigan. But Hinata had already figured that out herself, because see, they tried to distort the area around the Tenseigan as to hide it, but with the help of her Byakugan, Hinata quickly realized that the only place it could have been hidden at was at the distortion in the chakra. Once Toneri heads back to his bedroom to rest up, Hinata takes her chance and rushes off to the distorted area, where she finds the Tenseigan exactly like she expected. But before she even has the chance to lay a single finger on it, Toneri's puppets catch her in the act, and a short battle ensues, which Toneri swiftly puts an end to by pulling Hinata towards him. Hinata cries out that he's wrong, that he misunderstands everything Hamura has stood for, but it's no use. Toneri doesn't believe her, as he feels betrayed by her, and so he paralyzes Hinata, turning her into one of his many puppets. A day goes by, and Toneri plans to marry Hinata. The ceremony begins, and the two slowly approach the altar. But then, right before they can seal the ceremony with a kiss, Naruto barges in, interrupting the ceremony to the frustration of Toneri. Toneri laughs at him, and says that Naruto can have her, after which Hinata runs towards Naruto in an attempt to attack him, still possessed by Toneri's jutsu. Obviously, Naruto refuses to fight back, and after a while he managed to release her from Toneri's grasp. Toneri lashes out at them, but before he can truly make a move, he cries out in agony. His Tenseigan is undergoing its final stage of awakening. Soon, it will be ready. Naruto and Hinata take this chance to run off and escape towards the big Tenseigan, the energy source powering everything on the moon. They bundle their powers, and together they unleash an incredibly powerful blast of chakra, making the vessel burst apart into all the original Byakugan it was originally made out of. With the Tenseigan gone, everything on the moon powers down, including every single puppet of the Otsutsuki clan, but to no avail. at last, Toneri's own Tenseigan awakened, and with its power, as soon as the moon stopped descending, just as quickly did it continue falling towards the earth. He then chases after Naruto and Hinata, using the Tenseigan's power to unleash his own version of the chakra mode, similar in appearance to Naruto's own QB cloak mode, but with a cyan hue representing his Tenseigan. And so, the huge final fight between Naruto and Toneri breaks out. Toneri takes one of his truth-seeking orbs and shapes it into a cage, shoving Hinata inside. Naruto yells that he won't let Toneri destroy the shinobi world, and the two clash in a powerful struggle. The huge shockwave that follows blows the both of them back, and Naruto attempts to close the gap between them, but before he can, Toneri utilizes his truth-seeking orbs again, this time turning them into a massive golden saber, striking it down without giving Naruto a chance to react. With one swift strike of his golden saber, Toneri cleaved the entire moon in half, and Naruto along with it. All seems lost, with the moon split in half, and Naruto is nowhere to be seen. But then, a huge barrage of shadow clones appears from within the moon. Before Naruto can strike him though, he reshapes his truth-seeking orbs into a shield that protects himself from Naruto's clones. After the dust settles, Toneri lowers his shield and looks around, but Naruto is nowhere to be seen. Then, in a split second, Naruto emerges from the ground and strikes Toneri's chin hard. Can I just say, I love this moment. The first time I saw this when The Last just came out, it got me so hyped. It heavily reminded me of when he first pulled out that move against Neji in the Chunin exams. It's one of my favorite and most memorable moments in Naruto, and wow did it have an impact on me when Naruto threw his punch against Toneri. Enraged, Toneri merges every single one of his truth-seeking orbs, firing a huge beam made out of the same golden chakra he used to cleave the moon in half. Naruto runs straight at it with no intention of slowing down. He shifts all the chakra from his QB mode into his left hand, seemingly depowering to his base state, but using his hand as a shield to run through the blast. Once he reaches Toneri, he shifts his chakra from his left hand to his right, clutching onto the scarf Hinata made for him, and with all of his force slams it into Toneri's ugly face. Toneri flies off, bouncing across the moon's surface until he hits a wall, where he depowers back to his base form, losing his Tenseigan from the single punch that Naruto threw. Hinata and Naruto then approach him, stuck inside the wall, where Hinata then tells him that she will take her sister's Byakugan back, which she does. The battle appears to be won until Toneri absolutely refuses to concede, and as a last resort, pulls all the Byakugan that were released when Naruto and Hinata broke the energy vessel. One by one, they cover his body, and his chakra increases beyond measure. It grows to such an extent that he becomes unstable, unable to control the massive power he has received, and becoming a great danger to himself. Hinata tries to stop him once again, claiming that he has done no wrong as he only misunderstood Hamura's decree, and that he can still stop this before he goes too far. But Toneri refuses to hear it. He tells her to shut up, claiming he needs to finish what Hamura started, and continues to lose control over the immense chakra that he's built up. He starts to drain chakra from Naruto, who collapses, barely able to stand. Hinata grabs Naruto's hand, granting him her chakra, rejuvenating him as Hamura's chakra flows within her too. An unhinged Toneri starts to morph, turning into a monster without control over his own body. Naruto notices that, and he doesn't have long before he'll be a victim to his own jutsu, and approaches Toneri, reaching out for him, rescuing him from the incredible chakra that was overwhelming him. With Toneri now losing his powers, the earth is saved, and the moon stopping dead in its tracks. Once Toneri has calmed down, turning back to his own self, Naruto and Hinata take him back to the place where Hinata had a vision of Hamura and the rest of her ancestors. Understanding what he has done, Toneri falls to his knees, promising the shinobi of Earth that the moon will never approach them ever again. Hinata then tells him that everyone on Earth will welcome him with open arms, but he refuses, saying he'll stay on the moon to atone for his sins. That's the last thing Toneri ever says to them. Afterwards, Toneri watches the Earth from his castle on the moon, all by himself. Reading the stars, he senses that the Otsutsukis, Momoshiki and Kinshiki are coming. He's also aware of Nue, and wants to aid the shinobi of Konoha, but he's afraid that his involvement would alert the other Otsutsuki, speeding up their approach. Instead, he telepathically speaks to Boruto in his dreams, showing him a vision of Nue, and making him realize that his right eye is special, and that it will help him greatly in battles yet to come. Toneri was originally also meant to be in Boruto the movie, but this part was then cut due to time constraints, alongside Urashiki Otsutsuki, who was supposed to be the third Otsutsuki clan member to approach Earth. They were instead included in the anime, where Urashiki paid Toneri a visit on the moon, telling him that the main family of the Otsutsuki clan not on Earth has been observing everything for over 1,000 years, seeing how Toneri tried to destroy the Earth. Urashiki went on to call him a traitor, betraying his clan knowing Toneri was involved with the things back on Earth, namely Boruto. In a rage, Toneri charged at Urashiki in an attempt to neutralize him, but failed as he was pinned in place face by Urashiki's chakra rod, who then froze him in place, cursed to be petrified in time for 10,000 years. And that is where Toneri has been all this time. If he was freed from his spell after Urashiki was defeated is unknown, but with that, Toneri's story is concluded. For now.
僕が相手だ